Hey everyone, welcome to my channel ASP.NET Core, and today I'm going to show you the simple Cascade checkbox list show using WebAPI in ASP.NET Core. So REST API consume Cascade checkbox list. So here we have a example. So here with the list of this, and just I want to say that home and subscriptions. So here we have a subscription list. So just when we select any radio buttons, just we will got that types of checkbox in a list. So just select P and select C. Here we have an example. So how to do this in a web API in ASP.NET Core. So here we have a 4 project in the solution. First one is the data access layer and the model layer, and the second one is API project, third one is a Blazor, and the fourth one is a consuming web project consuming API. So here we have a subscription detail. You can see that subscription detail. Here we have a ID and the name, and the agency detail also we have ID, name, subscription details, ID, and so you can say that a subscription have multiple agency details. So after do this, just add these features in a data context file. So here we have a data context file. Okay, so here we have add, and you can see that agency and subscription detail we have. So in the subscription detail we have 3 in ABC, and in the agency detail we have some data like that. So after adding the subscription detail and agency detail in the application DB context file, you can go for the controller section of API. So in the home controller you can see that route is API controller, and the action method is get subscription. So in the subscription, just I want to get all these subscriptions by using context.subscription-detail.toList. You can use a repository pattern, and in the get agency we just got agency from the ID property. So subscription ID like that. Okay, so this is the simple thing you can do. And after that, how to consume that methods in a web API. So in the web project you can see here we have a home controller section, and in the home controller to consume web API, so you can use this method like index subscription. Index subscription we have a ID property also. Cascading, that is the view model, and in the model we have 2 models with the list list of agency detail and list of subscription details. In the home index subscription ID is nullable if create a object of the cascading view model, and this is the basic thing you can do to access and consume web API in ASP.NET Core. If ID is 0 or null, then go for the subscription details and get the subscription detail from the API, and you can say the fetch the detail from the fetch the detail of subscription from the API like that. Client.get async API home get subscription response is succeeded result and resulted to bind with the subscription detail and the view model with the subscription detail, and after do that view is going to the view with the view model. So here we have a view model, and in the view model we have a web application web view model dot cascading, and one by one get the details and will show on the radio buttons subscription details, radio subscription, model dot subscription details of ID, and model dot subscription details of name. And here we have a division that is agency. Okay, and just after when we select any radio buttons from here, and you can say that Ajax query will call to on the change radio buttons, and that is the type, URL, and data section. If radio button checked .val, just I want to get the value of the radio buttons, I mean to say that ID property. So just pass to the ID property, I mean to say that ID have numbers like 1 2 3 with the subscription ID. You can say here we have Okay, now after that id is not 0, so that's else part. So http response message response await client dot get async API home get agencies id. With the id, just I want to get agencies response code with the have the agency details. So here we have a vm.agency details. So just on the bind it and return the JSON result. So after that in the JSON, thus in the success response you get the data that is the vm.agency details, and each iterate agency detail, and also agency is append with the checkbox list. So here we have a id and the name. So and also agency.empty all the child elements from the divisions here we have. So that's the code, and you can use Cascade radio button checkbox list in ASP.NET Web API. Thank you very much for watching this video.